You are waiting for the feeling. You wake up, you check the weather. Not outside, but inside. You check your motivation levels, your energy. If the skies are clear, you fly. You have a good workout. If it's stormy, if you're tired, stressed, or bored, you stay on the ground. You tell yourself tomorrow. This is your system. It's based on feeling, and it is a catastrophic failure. You are a fair weather pilot, and you will never reach your target because you are a slave to the turbulence of your own emotions. You've been taught that discipline is hype, that it's motivation. This is a lie. Discipline is not an emotion. It is a logic. It is time to get out of the passenger seat. It is time to become the pilot. This is the Stoic Operator Protocol. It is a new operating system. We are deleting the emotional, unreliable software of motivation and installing the cold, logical, and unbeatable software of the test pilot. A test pilot does not feel his way into the cockpit. He does not check his mood. He trusts his instruments. He executes his checklist. His discipline is not based on a feeling. It is based on a procedure. He flies a multi-million-dollar machine on the very edge of physics. He cannot afford to be emotional. He must be logical. You are the pilot. Your body is the most advanced machine in the universe, and you have been flying it like an amateur. This protocol will give you a new logic for discipline. It is built on 3 phases of the test flight: the pre-flight checklist, the G-force protocol, and the post-flight debrief. This is how you separate your actions from your feelings. This is how you learn to fly in any weather. The gym is your simulator. Your life is the mission. The cockpit is open. It is time to get in. The first phase of the protocol is the pre-flight checklist. The test pilot's flight begins hours before takeoff. He reviews the flight plan. He inspects the airframe. He executes a methodical, non-negotiable checklist. He does this every single time. He doesn't do it if he feels like it. He does it because the procedure is what separates a successful flight from a smoking crater in the ground. This is the first law of the Stoic Operator. The decision is already made. Your discipline fails because you renegotiate the decision every single day. You wake up and ask yourself, am I going to train today? You open the door to debate, and emotion always wins the debate. The operator does not debate. The decision was made the night before. The flight plan is set, the gym bag is packed, the alarm is on. These are your instruments. Trust the instruments. The Stoic philosopher cannot control the weather. He cannot control the opinions of other people. He can only control his response. You are the same pilot. You cannot control your feeling of fatigue. You cannot control the stress from your job. You cannot control the rain, but you can control your checklist. You can control putting your feet on the floor. You can control packing your bag. You can control walking through the door. This is the new logic. Stop trying to control your feelings. Just execute the checklist. This is your instrument rating for life. A pilot who can only fly in clear skies is a liability. A man who can only work when he's motivated is a liability. The operator is instrument rated. He can fly in the fog. He can fly in the storm because he trusts the protocol, not his perception. Execute the checklist. Your feelings will scream. Your mind will invent a dozen logical-sounding excuses. This is just turbulence. It's just noise on the radio. You ignore the noise. You read the next item on the list. Get in the car. Check. Drive to the gym. Check. Walk through the door. Check. You have just won. The hardest part of the mission is over. And you did it without one single drop of motivation. You did it with logic. You've accepted the first rule. You've agreed to stop relying on feelings and to trust the protocol. If you are ready to execute this flight plan, log it. Hit the like button. It's your signature on the flight manifest. Your commitment to see this mission through. You're in the cockpit. The checklist is complete. Now the test begins. This is the second phase, the G-force protocol. This is when the pilot pushes the machine to its limits. He points the nose up and engages the afterburners. The G-force is hit, that crushing, overwhelming pressure that tries to pull the pilot apart. This is the weight. This is the moment of discomfort. This is the set of heavy squats. This is the last rep of the deadlift. This is the final 30 seconds of your sprint. This is the point where the amateur pilot panics. He feels the pressure and his emotions take over. He breaks his form. He gives up. He crashes the plane. The Stoic operator does not panic. He expects the pressure. He planned for it. He knows the G-force is the purpose of the test. His new logic is this: he cannot control the pressure. He can only control the integrity of his frame. Hold the frame. When the G-force hits, the pilot's only job is to control two things: his breathing and his posture, his frame. When you are under the bar, that is your G-force. The weight is trying to break your structural integrity. Your only job is to hold your frame. Your core is braced. Your spine is neutral. Your mind is calm. You do not feel the weight. You process it. You observe the data. The pain is just data. The burn is just feedback. You are not the pain. You are the observer of the pain. You are the pilot. This is how you build a new mind. When your boss yells at you in a meeting, that is G-force. When a client project explodes, that is G-force. The amateur panics. He breaks his frame. He gets emotional. He makes bad decisions. The Stoic operator feels the pressure and holds his frame. He controls his breathing. He focuses on the next logical action. The gym is your simulator. It is where you practice calm under pressure. It is where you learn to divorce the sensation of stress from the action of execution. Don't run from the G-force. Seek the test. You survived the flight. You held the frame against the G-force. The amateur pilot lands the plane, wipes his brow, and goes home. He high-fives his friends. He celebrates based on a feeling. The professional, the operator, knows the most important part of the mission has just begun. This is the third phase, the post-flight debrief. The test flight was not for the thrill. It was for the data. The Stoic operator lives by this law. The data is the truth. The logbook is the holy text. You must record the data. How much weight? How many reps? How was the integrity of the frame on the last set? You must be objective. You must be ruthless. There is no good or bad workout. There is only data. Log the flight. This is where true discipline is forged. This is amor fati, the love of your fate. You failed a lift? Good. Now you have a data point. You have found the precise limit of the airframe. The amateur gets emotional about failure. He calls himself weak. The operator says, interesting. The structure failed at 315 pounds. The bracing was weak. Next flight, we test a new bracing protocol. He separates his ego from the event. This is how you build an unbreakable mind. This is how you build a business. You don't get emotional about a bad sales quarter. You analyze the data. You find the breaking point. You re-engineer the protocol. Your workout journal is your logbook. It is the source code for your next victory. Progress is not made in the gym. It is made in the review of the data from the gym. The logbook is the lever for all future progress. Data is your discipline. This is the new logic. This is the Stoic Operator Protocol. It is a three-part system for manufacturing discipline. 1. The checklist. You execute the procedure, not the feeling. The decision is already made. 2. The G-force. You welcome the pressure. You hold your frame. You are the calm center of the storm. 3. The debrief. You log the data. You separate ego from outcome. You analyze, adapt, and plan the next flight. This is how you become unstoppable. This is how you build a man who can fly in any weather. The simulation is over. Your mission is live. If you are ready to stop being a passenger and become a pilot, subscribe to this channel. This is your new flight operations center. This is your squadron. And for your first official act as operator, comment below with checklist executed. It is your signal that the mission is green. The logic is locked. Now, shut this screen off. Review your flight plan. It is time to fly.